Welcome to my YouTube channel. Here we will explore English literature to help you with your graduation studies, and also the students who want to prepare for MA entrance in English will be able to cover the entire syllabus because I'll break down the key ideas and make it easy to understand for you all. But before we begin to devour the topic, I would help you all to understand the difference between Great Britain, United Kingdom and England so that we can understand the concept easily. The area which you see over here is basically United Kingdom. Think of United Kingdom as a family with 4 members or countries including Northern Ireland, Wales, England and the Scotland. Now friends, take a look at this island. This is the largest island in the British Isles and it is known as the Great Britain. So Great Britain is a part of United Kingdom but not the whole thing. It consists Wales, England and the Scotland. I believe this will help you to understand the difference between the Great Britain, United Kingdom and the British Isles. Now take a look at this picture. This will also help you to understand the difference between. Okay, so today we will cover the first lesson, that is Introduction to Anglo-Saxon Age of chapter 1 from Old and Middle English. So friends, Anglo-Saxon period was the period from where the English literature basically started. Let us now understand who were Anglo-Saxons and how did they come to England. The early inhabitants of Great Britain were these two tribes, Brythons and Gales, until 55 BC. So the word Britain was named after this tribe, Brythons, and they migrated to an island which is present day known as England. During that time, Rome was the most powerful empire in the whole world. Romans captured Great Britain in 55 BC. They made great architecture in Great Britain. They also brought Latin with them. In fact, 27% of modern day English comes from Latin, and in fact even Christian books like Bible were all also written in Latin and later translated into English. Now you must be wondering, why did Romans leave Great Britain? So there was a tribe named as Visigoth. The tribe attacked to Rome, and to safeguard their country and their homes, the Romans returned back to Rome. After the Romans were gone, England had no ruling party. The original inhabitants, Brythons and Gales, were weak and they couldn't govern. The England became an open space for anyone to come and reside there. Two tribes took notice of it, Picts and Scots, and they approached to Great Britain in order to rule. The Brython and Gales got scared when they saw these tribes approaching, so they invited the Anglo-Saxons to come and save them. But little did they know that the Anglo-Saxons were invaders too. The Anglo-Saxons came to Great Britain in 407 CE. Now friends, I want you to remember this point, that the name Angleland became prevalent and this name later gave rise to the name England. The Anglo-Saxons comprised of 3 tribes, Angles, Saxons and Jutes. So after a while, Brythons and Gales completely left the Great Britain. The entire island was under the Anglo-Saxon rule. Now under Anglo-Saxons, Britain was divided into 5 kingdoms, that is also known as heptarchy. These 5 kingdoms included Northumbria, Mercia, East Anglia, Wessex and Kent. So the main city was Wessex, where the king lived, and the king of Anglo-Saxon was King Alfred, who also referred as Alfred the Great. Now that the Anglo-Saxons have ruled for over a long period of time, from 407 CE to 787 CE, let us now understand how did Anglo-Saxon era ended. In 787 AD, the Vikings attacked Great Britain. Vikings were pirates, traders, explorers, and colonizers during the 8th to 11th century. They often traveled by the sea from Scandinavia to control over areas of Europe and beyond. They were the most cruel and merciless rulers. Their execution methods still haunt the history of Great Britain. If I may tell you now, one such execution method was blood eagle, where the limbs of the person were cut and formed in the shape of the wings, and salt was spread over them so the birds could feast on the flesh. Don't you think that this was too much cruel? Now while the Vikings ruled over the Britain, another troop called Normans came to Britain and defeated Vikings and the remaining Anglo-Saxons in the 1066 AD. Normans came from Normandy in northern France, and their king William the Great defeated Anglo-Saxon king Harold Godwinson. Normans brought French to England. Now this could be an important question from exam point of view. who brought French to the England. So we will remember that Normans brought French to England. Take a look at this scale. This will help you to recap the points which we have covered till now. Friends, now let us look at the religious beliefs during the Anglo-Saxon period. Christianity was the religion followed by the native Britons, but Anglo-Saxon did not believe in Christianity. They were pagans, that is, those people who do not believe in God at all. After coming in Britain in 400 AD, they started spreading pagan religion across the country. However, in 597 AD, Saint Augustine came to Great Britain and converted most of the people to Christianity. Now, to conclude, we can say the Christianity was the religion of the Britons, but at the start of Anglo-Saxon invasion in 400 AD, it was suppressed. But over the following years, these Germanic tribes converted to it. Thus, Christian ideals became popular in Anglo-Saxon literature. Now, friends, let us look at some facts over Anglo-Saxon literature. Old English language or Anglo-Saxon's English is the foundation of modern day English. Although modern English speakers like me and you hear something written in Old English would not be able to understand it all. This is because English as a language has evolved so much over the time, and it is still evolving. So many new words keep on getting added even now. Anglo-Saxon people spoke what is now called Old English, which is combination of native Briton's language and the Germanic tribal tongue they have brought with them. Poets. So poet or the scop was the very important member of the Anglo-Saxon society who used to roam in the city and sing songs and poems about the people who were dead. They were maintaining the reputation of those who have passed away. Now let us look at some common literary devices which were used in Anglo-Saxon era. The very first one is caesura. It is a Latin word and it is having the break in the middle of each line of a poem. For example, rather than writing twinkle twinkle little star, you would break the line in two parts and write it separately. The second one is alliterative verse. Alliteration is the occurrence of the same letter or the same sound at the beginning of adjacent words. For example, Peter Piper picked the peck of pickled peppers. The third one is cannings. Cannings mean describing things indirectly. For example, rather than calling a body, we can call it bone house. You must be wondering how a body is called as bone house. It is because it is a house made of bones. Similarly, another example of cannings would be sea. So instead of calling it sea, you can call it whale road. Last but not the least, Anglo-Saxon words required 4 stressed syllables per line. For example, will there really be a morning? So every word in capital are stressed. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned and I'll be back with the next lesson soon. Please let me know in the comments whether you have any doubts because I would love to address all of your queries.